Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I will be talking about the Alliance Supremacy. It's already arrived and we are in the preparation period. Tomorrow will be the first match period and it's going to last for 10 days. So hang on if you don't know how to play this event. I will be explaining throughout the beginning of this video, and also I will be giving some predictions of which server I believe can win the whole thing. That being said, let's take a look at the Alliance Supremacy. So before we go more into the detail, let's talk about the rules. The battle process, we do have 10 days of this event. We have the waiting day period, which is right now with 1 day. And then we're going to have 5 days regular season. We got 1 day round 16, 1 day quarterfinals, and then semifinals, and then the last day going to be the finals. And Alliance with multiple servers will compete here to determine the ultimate champion. Basically, it's very similar to the TOS with the how everything like is being done and processed and stuff like that. If you are familiar with TOS, you will be familiar with this as well. How to participate? You have your server has to be at least 15 days old, which is very common. And then Alliance level 6 is also important to have, with at least 45 active members in the Alliance, and Alliance power has to be at least 120 million and above. And qualifying alliances will be ranked by power, and the top 48 alliances can be participated in the event. So that part I'm a little bit confused. How do they rank the top 48 from the server or from like the whole game? So that thing you're probably thinking from the server, right? Which makes sense, but you never know, right? Okay, sometimes they say one thing, but suddenly they just include every other thing that's it doesn't say here. So yeah, we will have to see, but I believe it's going to be the server. So that's for that. The tournament stages, regular season system randomly divides 48 alliances into 8 groups of 6. During the regular season, each alliance plays 3 matches per day against different alliances within their own group. Finally, the 2 alliances with the most wins of each group advance totally of 16 alliances from 8 groups that qualified to participate in the upcoming elimination match. Very simple. You have 48 alliances. You have going to be divided into 8 groups, and you're going to have 6 alliances in that group. You just have to win every single match, or at least be top 2 to be able to advance to the next round, which is going to be the top 16, right? And then you're probably going to be the loser bracket, going to be meeting the winner of another group. That's how it always has been, I believe. And yeah, very straightforward. Nothing to over explain anything. Elimination rounds, the 16 alliances that are paired with 3 matches of each pair. Winners advance, ultimately crowning the champions runner-up and third place alliances as well. So that's going to be very interesting to actually watch the whole event. And I like that the event only lasts for 10 days, so have more pace than the actual TOS. And the next one is to be the contest time. This is very simple as well. You have the preparation like time from reset until 13 UTC, and then the 3 matches will just come like right after each other, basically like TOS, right? And I feel like this is pretty simple. And the thing is, if you haven't noticed before now, the event is not, you don't have to do anything live, right? You just have to put your marches into the lanes, which I will be explaining after the rule set and stuff like that. So yeah, very straightforward. As you can see, the timer. And the next one is the rules. This one is a little bit more important, and I think you should be knowing all of this. Each match is divided into 3 lanes, ABC, and each alliance can deploy 20 teams per lane. Each member can deploy maximum of 2 teams with only 1 team per lane. Very easy to understand. Before the match begins, participants can adjust their teams, assign lanes and immortals. R5 and higher members can adjust the battle team order of teams within each lane and remove teams. once the match starts, both sides engage in round robin battles within each lane, within teams continue to next battle without replenishing the soldiers. While losing team are eliminated, each team can fight a maximum of 5 battles match and will be forced to withdraw regardless of remaining soldier after the battle. Very similar to the TOS once again. It's just that the end here, I like that they did added this, which means that if you are whale march, you can only fight 5 battles at max, which is very, very nice for the game because I'm guessing that some of the whale marches we have right now can basically go through all the 20 marches that or 20 teams that they're going to face. So this is very good for the event. In number 4, in the battles, the side with surviving teams is considered the victor. Very straightforward there as well. In each match, the Alliance win 2 out of 3 lanes is declared the winner. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with this, but this is something that I'm familiar with. Not that I'm good at it, but this is pretty fun, right? This is pretty okay event, and yeah, neither side can view their opponent troops deployment formation in each lane, making this true test of both lanes and strategy. I like that a lot because it's gonna be on your own strategy how you're gonna win this, because yeah, it's very good that you can't see the others, basically teams, how they align them. So that's going to be very important. You have to be very strategic about this as well. So I'm looking forward to see this happening live. So I'm definitely going to be keep an eye on this. And lastly, the event rewards. Very simple. If you want to look at rewards, here it is. You can get, if you win, you will get 1600 insignias per victory. And at the end of this, basically the whole event, you will get a frame. Everybody that are in the winning team going to get the frame, so that is going to be really, really nice. So the fragments here as well is very good. And finally, you know, they add more kind of like spicy stuff into the rewards, and I wish they do rotate on these castle skins, because or they give something like a chest where we can choose the castle skin ourselves, especially the ones that has been released for a while. And yeah, other than that, I like the rules and rewards so far. So that being said, let's go take a look on the map. So this is the map that I'm going to use as reference. Is from League of Legends. I think when you explain something visually, it's going to be a little bit easier for people to understand. So I borrowed the map from League of Legends because it has basically 3 lanes that we're going to have in Alliance Supremacy. So you see here lane A, lane B, and lane C. I'm going to basically telling you guys my own strategies that I would probably do if I were to be a strategist for this event. I would put the weaker players, the lower STP players, into lane A, right? Because you know I wanted it to be a decoy lane where you can see if, for example, other people have a very strong marches. If you're lucky, keep in mind this is like pure strategies, right? If this enemy put a very strong march or teams in lane A, they're gonna win over that, but they will be weaker on lane B and C. But here, for me, I will put a stronger lane here, probably one of the strongest players I have in my server in lane B, because what if we are losing lane A, I will at least want to guarantee a win on lane B. And then lane C, we will have the leftover of the strong people into the lane C to basically try and secure the win. But at least you might want to have a very strong lane B, because if you somehow losing lane A, you need at least a win on lane B, so you have opportunity for like to win on the lane C, right? Although there are some stronger servers out there where you have 3 lanes with very strong people. And keep in mind, like I mentioned, or like the rules said, the whales can only fight 5 teams and then they will be automatically withdrawn. So that is something really, really nice about this event. So I'm looking forward to see that. And you just have to put your teams and your alliance team in the right following order. Even if you put like you can stack 20 teams into one lane, but if you can, for example, put a really good order into the team that you stacks, that's going to be very, very helpful, because some marches are are more effective against some certain marches, and some marches can tank a lot more against some certain marches, right? So if you can align these marches into the lanes, then I think you will be very well off. But I'm not gonna be showing anything here because I want to test it out myself first. But this is like very oversimplified strategy that I probably would use. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the map and explanations. Let's talk about my predictions for the whole event. So we are at the end of this video. My predictions are gonna come up here, and according to my sources and my observations, I think the obvious favorites to win this whole event is gonna be 136, 38, and 231, right? They are currently the strongest people and players in the game and the servers as well. And they do have a lot of whales marches in there, and I believe that's going to be very interesting to see how everything's going to pan out when the matches actually starts to play, because the strategy is going to be very important. Will a lesser, 56, 209, and then you have 73, you have some other servers that are really strong as well. I will call them the dark horses because, in general, we are weaker than the mega servers, but we are very strong compared to the whole game as well. So that's kind of like the situation here. So yeah, keep an eye on these servers that I just mentioned, and then you probably gonna be learn something from them and see how they're gonna perform and how they're gonna play, because they're probably gonna be like the trendsetter for the whole event whenever that next time comes out, right? So yeah, that's basically for this video. Hope you guys enjoy my explanations, my examples, and stuff like that. If you do have any questions, you can leave it in comment sections or in the daily talk section in the game. Or if you want to be more personal, you can message me in game and have a talk in there. So yeah, that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and see you guys in the next one. Bye.